I know. I guess I'm allowed to ask just a Packers-specific football team question. I think.
Really? If there's any, they're going to have a season.
I'm going to dare to do that. 15th overall pick. What are you hearing about Green Bay's draft strategy or who they covet going into this draft, Rob?
I'm actually just building my big board, which is really a very small board because I don't know enough about all these guys. But
it's all good.
Look, their history suggests like they're not going to pick, Dalton Kincaid or Meyer, the both the tight ends, Kincaid out of Utah or Meyer out of Notre Dame, because they haven't taken a tight end since 2000 in the first round. Wide receiver, basically the same thing, 2002. And it's just not in their MO to take those guys. They play it a little bit safer, what they believe to be safer. They would love Peter Skoronski, the tackle from Northwestern, whose grandfather coincidentally played for the Packers during the Lombardi era. But again, is he going to be there at 15? If not, I think they look to an edge rusher if possible. They draft a lot of defensive players around here. And when they do draft offensive players, it's usually offensive linemen. What's the stat? The only skill position player the Packers drafted on offense in the first round in the last, decade or so was Jordan Love, which obviously didn't help Aaron Rodgers. So I would look at the offensive tackles and the edge rushers and see how those come off the board in the first dozen picks. And I would think that they'd probably go in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, Skoronski, I don't know, but you make mock drafts anyway these days. But if you took everyone's mock draft and just laid one over and over and over the other, if it was just like a clear sheet, the only one that would match up would be Skoronski going to the team that Aaron Rodgers owned. That's the one at 9th overall.
Chicago,
if he slips past Chicago, that would be a shock to me.
Yeah, that does seem to be the consensus. There's a couple other good tackles there, right? The Ohio State tackle and Georgia.
Yep.
You guys love to draft players out of Georgia. So there's definitely some other tackles in play there. Look, David Bakhtiari is probably going into his last year here based on just age and salary type situation. So they're going to need a franchise tackle for Jordan Love as he goes forward.
So Bakhtiari won't be part of any draft night deal, Rodgers? Just bring them all out,
Wouldn't think so, but I would be willing to bet that David Bakhtiari would love to be part of that.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.